It's Rick and Sharon from Car Go On. Views are down. We gotta blow this baby up. In this video, we are going to talk about some of our favorite camping spots and our least favorite, all because somebody asked us a very vague question. Where should they go camping? And be sure to stay to the end because we really need your help. You guys can help us fill our camping bucket list. That's such a vague question. Where should we go camping? There's so many different types. We've done a lot of types of camping.
We both agree. We prefer a campground that isn't packed. The idea of going into one of these campgrounds where the campsites are really close together and being there at a time when they're fully occupied is just not that appealing to us.
We camp a lot at state parks because of price, right?
Because of price. Also, again, because my experience has been that usually the ones that we pick aren't that terribly jammed.
We've been to some very, very nice state parks.
Yes.
We really have been.
And, quite frankly, they became state parks because they were attractive, usually scenery-wise. That's a criteria almost with all of them.
Well, not just scenery. Some had, maybe it was just remodeled, but the bathrooms were beautiful. It's just very, very nice. So we really like state parks, and maybe because we're, on a fixed income and it's cheaper to go to the state parks, but we found that we like the state parks a lot, so we do go to them. We don't need all the bells and whistles that a lot of the campgrounds offer.
Right.
The game rooms and the hay rides. Camping. I've done all kinds of camping, backpacking on the Appalachian Trail.
Canoe camped, both the Round Valley Reservoir and the Delaware Water Gap.
Now that I think was hard. It's only hard because I think it's so much work to load up the canoe or the kayak, and well, we weren't tired because we have a motor on the canoe, but it would be a lot of work if you were canoeing in and have to lug all that stuff up. You could go to the same place twice and have two different experiences, and the example was Assateague, and I think I have a video on that comparing the two, and the only difference was we went to one of the parks in July when it was 100 degrees, and the other park we went to in September. So I think timing is very important.
You want to talk about two totally different experiences in the same place. Go camping sometime with your kids and then without them to the same place. It's going to be a different experience.
Well, you bring up another good point. There are so many big parks and stuff that have like water slides and stuff. I'm sure they're great. We don't visit them because could you see us going down a water slide? That's not happening
anymore.
Yeah, so we avoid them. So the last type of camping that we just did was our dispersed camping, and that I want to spend some time talking about because that was one of our favorite types of camping that we would like to do again. Rick found free camping in Pennsylvania. I don't think there really is free camping in New Jersey. Although we could say the camping in the Pine Barrens was just about free because it almost was.
Yeah, it's $3 a head per night if you're a New Jersey.
If you like our videos, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. What was your second favorite campground experience that we have done together?
The Everglades.
Okay. But we were in the Everglades in March. And I think the rainy season had just passed. We did not have a lot of heat and we did not have a lot of bugs. So
right.
We were there at a perfect time. I think if you're there in the middle of July, I don't think it would be a pleasant experience. It could be wrong.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know. I've only ever been down there in the winter. Been there 3 times and it's always been in the winters.
Yeah. But the other campground that we really liked, and I think you said we liked it more because it was more of a destination campground, was in the Keys. However, I mean, they had a pool. They had a game room and some little activities and stuff, and it was right on the water, and you could put your boat in there. So that was like a big parking lot, but I'm surprised that we liked it so much because one of our least favorite campgrounds was Delaware Seashore State Park, and I mean, it's not that it was dirty or anything was wrong with it.
It just feels like you're camping in a Walmart parking lot or a drive-in movie theater parking lot.
But that's why a lot of people RV that way and enjoy RVing that
Well,
way.
particularly down there in the Keys, because
And the people who have never tent camped in the woods and only had, they just RV camp, I think they could be a different type of camper. They want, obviously flat lots where they can pull in. They may not want a lot of trees because they have solar power and stuff. So there's reasons that they like these big empty lots. We're used to camping where, in the woods. I like my trees. So there's so many different types of camping. I think you need to know what type of camping you want to do. You may not know until you do it and try some. So my advice to people would be, asking questions. What type of camping do you want to do? If you're a husband and wife and want to get away and just go out and be in like offbeat, secluded spot, that's great. But if you're a husband and wife and a 4-year-old, probably going to enjoy, that park with the pool and the water slide and, all the bells and whistles. I was married before. My husband and I had a trailer that stayed in a campground, and we went there for 10 years. Now that I consider more of a destination campground. The Jersey Shore, it gets very, very crowded during the summer and very, very expensive. So there's a lot of campgrounds down there. It's the most affordable way to camp. But rather than towing your rig down there every weekend, it's already there. You just go, flip, turn on the propane, unlock the door, throw a couple switches, bada bing, you're just ready to go. There's another campground that we went to that had great reviews. It's a state park in New Jersey. I believe it's called El Air, and we did not like it. And it was beautiful.
except that it kind of backed up to the Garden State Parkway, and starting around 11 o'clock at night and most of the way until about 4 in the morning, these young groups would be out there racing on motorcycles on the parkway.
Yeah.
And
that's
that
all
to
you
listen to. That's all you hear.
That's all you hear. One of my other worst camping experiences, it's not that it was where we went. That was fine. But it was when we went, which was in the winter. It was in January, and it was 12 degrees. It was bitter, bitter cold. The highlight was we did get to hike, and I got to see a frozen waterfall. But I don't think I would do that again. And speaking of the cold, ho, 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 it's that time of year again. And if you're looking for some inexpensive gifts for your favorite RV traveler and nomadic friends, we have some books from Amazon. We've got some travel journals and travel logs that I developed. And I'm also an affiliate for an author who actually writes daily devotionals for RV travelers and campers. The best part about it, all these gifts are under $10. Look in the description below and I'll have links to all these products. We hope that some of these campground tips helped you out, and we are hoping you can help us out too. We live in New Jersey. We want to go across the country out west. And I want to be able to spend time at the national park, and we don't like crowds. So if you guys have any advice for us, we would love it and we would appreciate it so much. So we're like the newbies going out west.
You know, one of the things I've encountered recently with some articles and YouTube videos are people talking about they go to see the national parks during the day, but because of the public pressure on the parks and the number of people there, they couldn't even get a campsite inside the national parks. But there are several national parks that they said that have abundance of camping relatively close by in like either a state park or a private campground. So if you know of like campgrounds in the proximity of Yellowstone and some of the major national parks that you've had experience with, please, drop us a note, let us know, and we'll
because
look into it, because we're just kind of starting to research this, and there's a wealth of information that's out there, but sometimes it helps, makes it a lot quicker if somebody points you in a direction.
Yeah, so we would definitely appreciate it. This is on the bucket list. This is definitely, I've got so many things on my bucket list with camping that I've checked off, and going out west is one that I have not checked off, and I need to do it. Definitely. Well, and you've camped at a few places, but Colorado, right?
Yeah, but that's pretty much the farthest west at Campus of the Rockies.
Okay. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we will see you next week. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's blow this channel up, guys.